Hello, everybody. It's your boy BBT back again with another beer review. Oh, yeah, this is what I am drinking at the moment. Big Wave. This is a golden ale. It's actually a blonde ale made by Kona Brewing Company, and it tops out at 4.4%. I have had this beer before. It is definitely one of my go-to summer beers, and I'll talk a little bit why it is said thing as one of my go-to summer beers. Look at the coloring on that. It's actually got a nice, good, rich coloring to it, even though it is a blonde. And so let's give some sniffs. Let's see if we can smell anything. There's nothing like over the top that I can smell. There's no like direct flavor that I can say, hey, I smell this. All right, let's down the hatch. When I was pouring it, it had a decent sized head. It wasn't too crazy with the head, but so what's really interesting about this beer is the first initial taste that you get with this beer is you get a little bit of a citrus, a little bit of a lemon citrus top. That's what you kind of taste at the initial front. And then it moves right into like kind of almost like your standard blonde ale. And what's really unique about this beer is normally about halfway through the beer, you start to pick up a little bit extra sweetness to the beer. And that's associated with a little bit of a honey. You get a little bit of a honey flavor about halfway through the beer. That's what it's really intriguing about this one is that you get the citrus flavor, and then it's a very easy drinking light beer that it's a blonde, but has a little bit of a bite. This is definitely way better than like a lager, like a standard lager. And that's why this is a perfect beer for the summertime. If you're at the lake, or if you're at the ocean, or if you just got mowing the yard, it's very refreshing, especially with that little bit of a lemon top, and then even a little bit of that sweetness of the honey that you kind of get during, like I said, about halfway through it. I don't really pick up on it right out of the gate when you're first drinking the beer. I feel like you don't really capture that flavor at all. It almost is like a flavor that comes a little bit later. Yeah, there's a nice little bitterness to it. But it's very light it's very light, but it does have a little bit of a little bite to it, which makes it even better. This is a very good beer. This is one of my go-tos. Like I said, if I'm going to the lake or if I'm going to the beach or something like that, fresh from like you've been working outside all day, this beer is going to be so refreshing. So in the lens of that, I would say the beer is like a 7.9, but if you were just sitting back drinking this beer, and I would probably rate this beer like a 7.3. But if you're drinking it in the heat outside, this beer is so good, and that's why it's one of my go-to beers. So shout out to Kona Brewing for making this delicious beer. Big love to them, and so check it out. If you've never had a Big Wave, it's definitely worth checking out. And so yeah, 7.9/7.3. It's a good beer all the way around. You should definitely go check it out. Thank you all so much for watching the beer review. You can check me out live on Twitch, Bearded Beer Time, or you can check out my social media to keep up with me of any other thing that I got going on Twitter or Instagram. Links will be down below. Thank you all so much. Good night, everyone. Cheers.